Straight ahead on News 20 at 5, a Louisiana man arrested for kidnapping and killing an FSU student is requesting a death row appeal. Also, further details on the manhunt involving a Chicago police officer. And find out who FAMU and FSU will face off against this weekend. News 20 at 5 starts right now.
From the highest of 7 hills in Florida's capital city, covering every corner of the Big Bend, this is the award-winning News 20 at 5 Live.
Good evening and welcome to News 20 at 5. I'm Taylor Bishop.
And I'm Brea Baker.
A Louisiana man arrested for kidnapping and killing an FSU student is requesting a death row appeal. Police say that Kentrell Johnson is one of the men charged with the murder of Vincent Binder in August of 2010. Binder's body was found with stab wounds in a field off I-95 near St. Augustine, Florida. According to Johnson's attorney, prosecutors in Tallahassee made a deal that if Johnson led the police to the body, he could avoid the death penalty. A man convicted of killing a Tallahassee police officer has died on death row. Clarence Jones died from what appears to be natural causes last week. The Department of Corrections confirms Jones died last Tuesday, October 27th. Jones was sentenced to death for ambushing Tallahassee police officer Ernie Ponce de Leon during a traffic stop back in 1988. The Inspector General for the Department of Corrections are investigating the death. Officials say the investigation is standard protocol in any unattended death.
And in other news, the Florida senators met during a special session. Multimedia journalist Shalinka Cunningham has more.
The Florida senators met Monday night. The meeting solely focused on criminal and civil justice. A number of Florida citizens proposed bills they believed would help improve Florida's justice system. Greg Pond, a resident of Pinellas County, Florida, presented information to the Senate with hopes of improving his county's justice system.
The people in Pinellas County are being beat down, trodden by the criminals running our system. You have an illegal sheriff, you have illegal county commissioners, you have supervisor election qualifying illegal candidates like Jim Coates' lawyer. You can go to Florida Bar, you type in Robert Guatteri's name, and he's on the Florida Bar as an attorney. And it's illegal in the state of Florida for a lawyer to be the sheriff, and this is what we have.
Senator Arthenia Joyner passed the Victims of Wrongful Incarceration Compensations Act, which allows innocent victims who are wrongfully incarcerated to be compensated.
That law allows that persons who have been incarcerated wrongfully, spent 20, 30 years or more, or even less, in prison for a crime, for a felony that was later found out that they did not commit, that they would be compensated by the state of Florida.
The Florida Senate will be meeting again November 5th of 2015. For News 20 at 5, I'm Shalinka Cunningham.
For more information on the Florida senators, you can visit the website at flsenate.gov. And in Tallahassee, Mayor Andrew Gillum and County Commissioner Christian Dozier met with residents to discuss the Kearney Center. Joining us live in the studio is Monica Myrick with more. Monica?
Thanks, Barea. Stakeholders came together on Tuesday afternoon to discuss community issues taking place since the homeless center opened 6 months ago. The owner of Scooterville, a local business, and others gathered to speak up about the vandalism and loitering that comes from visitors at the center. Owners are frustrated and says that it is time to take action. However, many say the matter is deeper and that mental issues need to be discussed. The next meeting will be held on Friday, November 13th at 9 a.m. I'm Monica Myrick live in the studio. Now back to you all at the desk.
Thank you, Monica. Former FAMU journalism director Dorothy Bland was stopped in an affluent neighborhood in Texas while taking a walk. Bland said she was racially profiled when she was stopped. Bland later released a column on the incident. The police chief says she is proud of her officers and they were concerned for her safety. The Florida House passed a new map on Tuesday. That sets boundaries for the state's 40 Senate districts. Florida legislators are in the final week of a 19-day special session. The House passed a new Senate map 73-47. 8 Republicans sided with Democrats in opposing the proposal. Democrats contended that the latest map won't fare any better than the previous ones adopted by Republicans.
And Shakoria, what do we have to look forward to in today's weather forecast?
Well, Taylor, we have a little switch up in the weather for the rest of the week from what would have been a rainy sky to a sunny sky week. I'll have more for you all after the break.
Stay tuned. You're watching News 20 at 5.
Welcome back to News 20 at 5. I'm Shakoria Burns. Today is a fairly nice day with mostly cloudy skies. Our current temperature is 83, where winds will be blowing south-southeast at 5 miles per hour. Expect for the sun to set at 5:48 p.m. Tonight we'll have partly cloudy skies where the low will be 70. Winds will be blowing east at 2 miles per hour. Throughout the day tomorrow, we'll have mostly cloudy skies where the high will be 86 and the low will be 70. Winds will be blowing southeast at 7 miles per hour. Our area temperatures today have mostly cloudy to sunny skies where the highs are in the low 80s and the lows are in the high and low 60s. If you take a look at Bainbridge, it's partly cloudy where the high is 84 and the low is 70. In Albany, it's currently cloudy where the high is 80 and the low is 69. Now for our 5-day forecast in the Big Bend area, there will be mostly cloudy to sunny skies throughout the rest of the week and in the beginning of the weekend. But in the end of the weekend, we may have a few showers. On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have mostly cloudy skies where the highs will be 87 and the low will be 67. On Sunday, make sure to bring an umbrella throughout the day. We'll have a 60% chance of rain on Sunday where the high will be 76 and the low will be 60. And that's all for weather today. Now back to you all at the desk.
Thanks, Shakoria. So, Travis, what can we expect for sports?
Well, Berea, the FAMU Rattlers will be on the road as they take on Hampton University, and the Florida State football team will be taking on the #1 team in the country.
Wow.
We'll have that and more next in sports. Stay tuned. You're watching News 20 at 5. Welcome back to News 20 at 5. I'm Travis Milton with your sports. The FAMU Rattlers will be heading to Virginia as they will take on the Hampton University Pirates. Coming off of last week's loss to the North Carolina A&T Aggies, the Rattlers are now 1-7 as they head to Hampton, Virginia to take on the 4-5 Pirates. Game time is set for 1 p.m. And the Florida State football team is getting set to take on the #1 team in the country. The Seminoles will take on Clemson this Saturday as they look to knock off the Tigers from the #1 spot. FSU is currently number 16 in the nation as they look to move up in the polls with only 1 loss to their record. Game time starts at 3:30 p.m. in Clemson, South Carolina. And the Florida A&M volleyball team will take on North Carolina A&T University on Sunday. This will be the second meeting between these two rival teams as the Rattlers look to add a win to their record. This will be the Rattlers' last Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference game and the last game before the MEAC volleyball tournament. Game time is set for 3 p.m. in Greensboro, North Carolina. And that's all we have in sports. Back to you at the desk.
And coming up after the break, we're talking about one of the safest ways to release physical and mental stress for patients going through chemotherapy. Stay tuned. You're watching News 20 at 5.
But that's going to do it for us tonight. For Travis and Shakoria, I'm Bray Baker.
And I'm Taylor Bishop. Thanks for watching. And remember to also follow us at FAMUTVnews.com for more news updates. Have a great evening.